Join Tammy Adams, intuitive life coach and spiritual healer, as she teaches, empowers, and guides you on an intuitive level. She will help you to become open to the often hard-to-face reality of your past karma that is carried into your present-day core problems and blockages. Tammy is here to deliver the messages from our angels. Every show delivers the information that the angels need you to receive. She's here to help you to start learning the truth. Tammy will teach you how you can begin or enhance your spiritual practice. She will lead you in guided meditations, giving you the tools to start understanding your own soul, spirit, and body. What is karma? Is karma real or imagined? Can you clear up bad karma from your past? How? All these questions and more will be addressed by Tammy through her gifted communication with angels and her spiritual skills.
Good morning and welcome everyone to the show. It is such a pleasure being able to be here once again on this wonderful, absolutely sunny day. It was really wonderful these past couple of days. I just have to be very thankful for a moment before I even start talking about the show, because it has been so warm, so sunny, and just you look outside and you just are amazed with all the flowers and everything that is coming forward from all the rain that we've had. The one thing that I've been so joyful about the past couple of days, besides the warmth and the beautiful weather, is I have had the most beautiful, beautiful flowers blooming all around me. And I am so thankful because these flowers, I was not so sure. I planted last year, these bulbs, and I planted them last year. And I was like, oh my gosh, I hope they catch and I hope everything goes well. And me and my son planted a whole bunch of bulbs all over the whole entire yard. And now they're sprouting everywhere. And it's such a blessing. So I look at them and I wake up in the morning and I look outside and I see the gifts that I have. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, thank you. This is so wonderful. Tulips and hydrangeas and daffodils and just everything, just beautiful. So I have to give thanks for that this morning. It was really, really wonderful to see all different colors. How has your week been? What has been going on with you? And have you been focusing on this month's subject? Healing karma, understanding karma, connecting to karma. Karma is something that is very, very real. And it's something that we have had around us forever. But let's talk about, and let's have a little small, tiny recap of what is karma. So karma is energy. It's the energy that you put out, that I put out, and that every individual puts out. So karma is energy. Karma is not luck. It is not something we can allow ourselves to really, truly sit there and say, oh, this is, just a fluke, and we just have this automatically at this moment, but not usually every day. No, every single day we have karma. It's not just a fluke. It's not just sometimes. It's not just, on certain days of the holidays. Karma is a daily, every second of the moment of our lives experience and energy that surrounds us. And it is in a constant effect. It's in constant effect, whether it's positive karma, whether it's negative karma. Today we're talking about healing karma, which I'll get into later on in the show. But right now I'm just helping people to understand what is karma. Okay. So karma is energy. It's the energy we put out. Okay? The energy we put out. And that's what we get back. I've explained this before, but I'm explaining it again. Where did it start? They say that karma has started through Hinduism and through really going connected to that part of the world. When you really look it up and you sit there and you say, well, where was karma first talked about? But then it was also talked about way back when with Abraham, which is in the Jewish Bible, the Torah. It's talked about in, well, actually, even I was just thinking about this last night, as a matter of fact, because I knew I was doing the show today. When I spent time with the tribe in Africa, that has not even until after I went to the tribe, it then became documented from one of my friends that I know who works for National Geographic, and then he documented it and received permission from them after I visited the tribe for spiritual purposes. But this tribe called the Himba tribe actually was talking about karma very, 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 very much so when I spent time with them years ago back. And they were talking about how their family, you know, their ancestors have always warned them, if you're going to eat an animal and sacrifice an animal, because they don't eat meat every day, if you're going to sacrifice an animal, you have to do it in a certain way so that you don't create negative karma. And I was thinking about this last night, and I was like, you know, a lot of us don't even give credit and don't even give thanks or recognize that the food that we're eating, whether it's a grain, whether it's water, whether it's meat, we don't give thanks and appreciation. You don't have to be religious. You don't have to be, you know, a certain faith in order for us to give thanks for what Mother Nature has given us. Because one thing that quite often so many people forget is that we've all come from the same exact place. The same place. We may look different. We may be different a little bit. We may be a different color. We may be a different size. But we all came from the same place. We're all human. We have all come from God, our Creator. And we all go back to the same exact place when we pass away. Now, I know some people, as they're hearing me, they're saying, oh, well, what about, you know, how are you going to be able to allow yourself to say that, you know, we all go to the same place? That's something we can talk about in a further show. You know, people always talk to me and they're like, oh, what about heaven and hell? And what about, you know, purgatory and all that? We'll talk about that another day. But the bottom line of the point is we are all the same. We all come from the same place, and we all have the same, absolutely the same gift to be able to have an opportunity to have a blessing in this planet, to have happiness, to have harmony, to have celebration, depending upon the karma that we create. So many of us quite often forget that it's our karma, it's our energy that we put out is what we get back. And people are constantly telling me, well, I am forsaken because I just actually had this that I was dealing with 2 days ago. I have a client who was telling me that how his life has been destroyed because he was brought up in a family who was drug addicts. So because he was brought up in a family who was surrounded by drugs and just totally intoxicated by these people who were so negative and not very good influences, that he had no choice but to become a heroin addict. And I was like, that's really funny, but guess what? It's not catchable. It's not a trait like diabetes or heart disease or cancer. You know, it's not a disease. Well, cancer is really not that catchable either, but diabetes and these other diseases that do carry on through generations and allow themselves to continue, you know, going down the bloodline. Maybe it skips a few people or it just catches on to one person, but someone ends up catching it again. But the point is you can't catch heroin. That's not something that's catchable. And it's not something that is, you know, an inheritance that you inherit. We allow ourselves to make excuses up very, very often, quite often, all the time, about what we have done has to be my mother's fault, has to be my mother's fault, it has to be my grandfather's fault, it has to be my grandmother's, my grandfather's, my great-grandmother's, my great-grandfather's. When we make excuses all the way up to, maybe 5 generations ago. And I do get it to a point, because I could blame it on karma. I could definitely say karmically that that's the reason why you have some issues. Absolutely. Absolutely. But we need to get to a point in a place where we take some responsibility and say, okay, well, they may have caused some sort of a problem karmically, but how do I fix it? How can I change it? A lot of us allow ourselves to say, well, I'm stuck for the rest of my life, and for the rest of my life I'm going to have unforsaken, unhappy life because I'm just, stuck because of the unhappiness of my family or the curse of my family, like people tell me repetitively. Actually, I hear that quite often. And that's not true at all. When I'm here talking to you about healing and talking about karma, yes, it's something that is very old. Yes, it's something that has always been around. But it's the energy that we put out that can change our lives. Karma is energy. And that's something that I want everyone to pay attention to today. Karma is energy. It's the energy that we put out is what we get back. It is something that we can allow ourselves to recreate. We'll talk about it more when I get back after this commercial.
Conscious media for conscious minds. OMTimes.
Ascending Hearts is no ordinary dating site, but a spiritual dating site with a purpose, to link you with your soulmate. We engineer the serendipity so you can trust that you will attune with someone that has the same matching vibration as you. Ascending Hearts, the conscious dating site for the spiritually aware. Try Ascending Hearts for free. ascendinghearts.com.
Join Vibe Nation radio host, international psychic medium Carrie Turcotte, as she guides her listeners to rediscover themselves by accessing the keys of knowledge that already exist within. Each week's show is divinely orchestrated to intertwine with the universal energies, allowing the listeners to go deeper within. At the end of each show, Carrie will tap into the energies of the listeners and give a message from Spirit about the upcoming week. If you really want to get to know who you truly are, join Carrie each Monday at 3 p.m. on Vibe Nation Radio.
Have you ever wondered why you were born? What is the purpose of your existence on this planet? Life can't just be about paying bills and spending 8 hours a day at a job that makes you miserable. Haven't you ever wanted your life to have meaning and purpose? Well, intuitive life coach and spiritual healer Tammy Adams can help you. She's been working with people for over 30 years all over the world, helping them to start living their life's purpose. Her exclusive clients have been able to live their dreams, break down the barriers that have been holding them back, and truly have happiness, love, and joy. For the first time ever, she is making her life purpose program available to you. Are you ready to pursue your dreams? Are you ready to have self-love, self-confidence, and self-worth? Are you finally ready to have love, joy, peace, and fulfillment? If you're ready to invest in yourself and commit to making a change in your life, then call Tammy Adams today at 916-930-0781 and ask about her Life Purpose program. Schedule your discovery session with Tammy to find out if this is the program, to find out if this program is right for you. Stop hesitating to pursue your happiness. You deserve to live a happy and fulfilling life, and Tammy is here to help you get there. So, call today and ask about her Life Purpose program. That number again is 916-930-0781. God bless.
Dear John, I'm leaving. Uncontrolled high blood pressure is serious, and I can quit whenever I want. Why can't we get back to when you checked on me? I don't want to leave. But remember, when I quit, you quit. Sincerely, your heart.
Listen to your heart. Don't let it quit on you. High blood pressure can lead to a stroke, heart attack, or death. Get yours to a healthy range today. Find out how at heart.org/blood pressure. A message from the American Heart Association, the American Stroke Association, and the Ad Council.
Welcome back. So, karma is very old and it's always been around. And we were talking about how it's energy. Now let's talking about how we start focusing on healing. Healing karma is what people need to know about. And it's definitely something that I do. To me, healing karma is one of the most important subjects of this month, to be honest. Because this is where we can allow ourselves to become transformed. This is where we allow ourselves to become renewed through healing our karma, through transforming ourselves in a very positive and enlightened way. By changing the molecules, I can't even say the word, excuse me, inside of our body and helping ourselves to change the vibration, right? So you change the vibration, which changes the energy, then changes every part of our being. Now, what do I mean by that? Healing karma can really, truly transform and change even our health. It can change our lives by helping us to connect with our soulmate. Healing karma can help us to reconnect with our true selves spiritually. And it will truly and completely change the vibration of our body, which then creates movement and heals our body. Whether it's diabetes, whether it's cancer, whether it's, I had one person who said she can never be cured and she had fibromyalgia. So many different type of scenarios that we can bring up today. But that's not the point. The point is, no matter what it is, it can be healed. We need to allow ourselves to let all this fear, all this negative, all this power that we've given to negativity be transformed into positivity so that we can now become reawakened and walking the path that we are meant to walk since the beginning, which is to have happiness, which is to have joy, which is to have celebration and soulmates and healthy lives and a healthy body. Do you feel like you've maybe, and people have told me this all the time, so that's the reason why I'm saying it. Do you feel like maybe you've been forsaken? Well, don't feel that way any longer. Why do I say that? Because I have seen people who have been at the very, very last spark of hope. They've had the tiniest grain of sand of white light still inside of them. And I have seen them in the darkest moments of their life. And if they've been transformed, then I guarantee you, I know for a fact, only if you want to transform yourself, then I can help you to become transformed. And I don't guarantee things that are false and don't give results. But understand the magic word I just said. I cannot help anyone unless they are willing to help themselves. No one can be transformed unless they want to be involved with helping transforming themselves. And that consists of a lot of things. That consists of letting go of control. That consists of letting go of fear. That consists of believing in something that's greater and bigger than ourselves. You know, not all of us believe that there's a God. I do. I believe and I know that there's a God. But not all of us call God God. We call him light. We call him energy. We call him a creator. We call him many things. But the bottom line is there's a higher being. There's something that's bigger and higher and more powerful than us. Powerful in the words, what I mean by powerful, filled with love, filled with light, filled with a vibration and energy and a light source that will blow our minds away because it's so positive and so wonderful. A lot of us then say, well, I can't be healed or I can't change because I've disappointed God or I've disappointed my guardian angels or I've cursed them, I've disowned them. That doesn't matter. You can always be forgiven. For us to believe that we cannot be transformed and that we are stuck with these blockages, that is not true. If you have blockages and you feel stuck, someone like me that does healing work and energy work or intuition or whatever it may be can help you. You just need to allow yourself to be open to listening and to trying this new method or this other method of healing. Or another person. You know, I talked to a lady yesterday and she said, you know, I've spoken to several people. I've been to many healers. I've been to many psychics and healers and mediums and hypnotherapists and everything. She's been to so many different type of practitioners that are supposed to help heal her and transform her. And I told her, and I was laughing, and I said, yeah. I said, I've heard this before. I've heard this quite often. I said, that's why I think I'm changing my name from Tammy to The Last Resort. And I say this as a joke, but at the same time, I mean it very seriously because every single person that is my most biggest success story has always been that client that has come to me as their last resort. And they have been the hugest and most wonderful and amazing success story. Why do we allow ourselves to let such negative things get in our way, right? We just let these negative things get in our way. When there's people like us that can help to really, truly transform you guys into this positive, most amazing, wonderful, spectacular movement where you can live life to the fullest, you can be happy, you can be fulfilled. What doors have you tried to open and what doors have you kept shut? Now, I can't answer that for you. Well, I can intuitively, but you need to work that out inside of yourself so that you can allow yourself to say, you know what, that's true. I have been keeping this door shut, and I haven't been allowing myself to believe I can change. Maybe that's the magic, Maybe that's the one little piece of sand that's in the way, that's out of place. The little teeny tiny little speck of sand that's off course is that belief is interfering with your transformation. Healing karma is amazing. When you go through a healing, when you go through being transformed and getting rid of these blockages that are creating so much disruption in your life, if you allow yourself to be transformed, so many doors can allow themselves to be open for you. So many things can come into your life that were meant to come. Maybe years ago, these opportunities were coming to you. But now things are going to change and things are going to start transforming in a positive way. 2017 is a year of manifestation. I say this all the time. So let's take advantage of it. If you're ready to be transformed and you're ready for this year to be the year of manifestation for you, then allow yourself to start keep a little journal and sit there and say, okay, before you find a healer like me or someone who is a teacher and a mentor that, you know, to help to create and to transform everything that's going on in your life. If you're ready for that, first write a little list. Okay, this is what I want. This is what I need. This is what I'm ready to transform. This is what I'm ready to let go of. Do something for your own self, right? And if you're already right there and you're sitting there and you're going, I'm ready. I don't need a list. I'm ready. I'm just done. And that's great too. But some people don't know. Some people are unaware of what it is that they're trying to change. So please allow yourself to be really aware of what you want to have transformed and allow new beginnings to come in. Okay, we'll talk about how to create the healing after this commercial.
The Real Conscious Connection. OMTimes Radio. IOM FM.
Humanity Healing International is a small nonprofit with a big dream. Since 2007, HHI has been working tirelessly to bring help to communities with little or no hope. Our projects are not broad mandates, nor are they overnight solutions, but they bring the reassurance that no one is alone and that someone cares. To learn more, please visit humanityhealing.org. Humanity Healing is where your heart is.
Hi, I'm Kelly Fox, host and astrologer of The Astrology Show. Each week, I'll give you access to the current transits, which are a valuable tool that provide astrological information to help unlock the potential each of us has. Understanding the stars can help steer us in the right direction to make better informed choices. So if you're wondering what's going to happen in your week ahead, be sure to tune in to The Astrology Show for guidance, Mondays at 9 p.m. Eastern Time.
Are you in search of love? Now, when you hear the word love, do you think of a true, meaningful, instant connection with someone that makes you feel as though you've known them your whole life? The kind of connection that has a magnetic energy and a seamless fit to your thoughts and desires. The kind that cannot be anything other than your soulmate. If this is the kind of love that you have been searching for and think it'll never happen for you, stop. Your soulmate exists, and Tammy Adams can help you find them. Tammy Adams has been an intuitive life coach and spiritual healer for over 30 years. She's here to help you connect to your soulmate. If you think your soulmates don't exist, please do not be mistaken. Tammy is here to tell you that every single soul that has been created has a soulmate. Through her intuitive abilities, over the years, she has connected countless clients with their soulmates. For the first time ever, Tammy is making her soulmate program available to you. If you're tired of the heartache, if you're tired of searching, if you're tired of being lonely and constantly having this longing for that one person, then please call Tammy today and ask about her soulmate program. The number is 916-930-0781. Schedule your discovery session with Tammy to find out if this program is right for you. This program is exclusive to those who are ready to finally invest in themselves so that they can have a fulfilled life. In this moment, you have the opportunity to finally have love, passion, and joy. Don't hesitate in pursuing your happiness. So call today. That number again is 916-930-0781. God bless.
Hi, I'm Jimmy Buffett. Save the Manatee Club has helped to protect imperiled manatees and their aquatic habitat for decades. But there's still more work to be done. Threats from cold weather, red tides, pollution, and boat collisions continue to take their toll on the manatee. So let's work together to safeguard the manatees and the places they call home. Be the friend they need. Visit SaveTheManatee.org. Thank you.
Hi, and welcome back. We are back now. I know there is someone who is on the line, so we are going to be accepting a call right now. So once that comes on, then I can talk to her. Good. Hello?
Hello.
Hello, Julia? Hi.
Yes, hi.
This is Julia. How are you?
Yes, it is. I'm very well, thank you.
Wonderful.
How are you?
Wonderful. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Florida.
How's the weather in Florida today?
Nice and sunshiny. A little bit cool this morning, but it's warming up nicely.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful. I actually am going to be in Florida very soon. That's why I was like, oh, okay, Florida. Mm-hmm. I plan on having a trip. I have lectures and seminars that are going to be over there in West Palm Beach in the next couple of weeks. So should be there very soon. Mm-hmm. Okay, so Julia, how can I help you? What's going on? Have you tried doing any type of healing with your karma? Do you understand our topic today?
Yes, I have. I went through a divorce. I was married for quite a long time. And Sunday, for the new moon, I had written out a forgiveness letter to the people in my life that, I wanted to do that. And then Monday, I had a healing session, which addressed more, like childhood stuff and how it's those thoughts and beliefs carried forward into my life and how, I attracted the people to play out those scenarios. And understanding that they were just showing up to play the part, that there was no fault or no blame. It was just, this is, how those belief systems, carried out or carried forward. So, and then I went on YouTube, love YouTube, and found some tapping for the chakras. So I was doing that yesterday. So I'm really trying to heal and to just, step into my power and my purpose and transform, because I haven't been happy in my life for a long time. I know at 55, I don't want 55 more years of more of where I am now. I want to have that life where I'm happy and joyful and, I feel like I'm thriving, that, So, basically.
It is so much. You give me tickles in my heart, Julia, hearing you, because it excites me. It does. It excites me that I'm like, oh, good, she's doing the work. Yes, this is so nice. Yeah. So good. So you're like, I'm done. You're like, I need to be happy, and I want to be happy. Not just you need it, but you want it. And this is something you desire and something that is deep inside of you. Now, when you're talking about writing the letter, let me just tell the rest of the world that's listening, writing down, like I mentioned earlier, writing down what it is you feel you need to change is so significant. It is so significant. But writing down letters of forgiveness, this is something we talked about one time before in another show. I don't know if it was here on this radio station or another one, but forgiveness is so important. Actually, I think we talked about forgiveness during Soulmate last month. But the point is, writing down all those things. I forgive my ex-husband. I forgive my mother. I forgive my father. I forgive the stranger. I forgive this person. Writing that down has so much power. What did you do after you wrote the letter? What did you do with the paper?
I burned it, and then I used the water to
Good.
wash away the
Good.
ashes. So I'm trying to, and I
Good.
prayed before I started, so I was trying to bring in,
Good.
spirit as well as the action.
Good. Absolutely perfect.
And I'm looking at my vision board, so I'm trying to.
I'm so happy. Good. The vision board is so important too. People don't realize. I always talk about those, not very often, but to those who really need transformation, we actually spend a lot of time talking about vision boards. So that makes me very happy. So you've burned it. You burned it because that's one thing I was going to mention. I was like, I hope she burned it because that's so powerful because then you release it. And the reason why let me just give a little small example and understanding of why it's important to burn it is because when you burn it, it helps to disintegrate and lets go of all the power and all the ties that have been connected with those people and all the power that's been given. So it turns to ashes, then it turns to dust, and then you wash it away with clean water, which then says you're cleansing all the negativity, you're cleansing all the pain, you're cleansing all the dirt that's been in your life, and you're washing it away with clean water. So there's a lot of symbolism that's associated with every step that you've taken. Most of the time, people don't explain why. So I kind of gave a fast, quick example of why, which is very clear, I hope, for many. And do you feel like you are reaching the results that you want, even though I know you just started just recently? Like, how are you feeling since you started this
Sunday? I've been working on it. I've definitely been working on it, and I feel like, the things are becoming, it's in my awareness now. I see how it's, how my thoughts and childhood experiences have affected my life, whereas, before you're sort of on autopilot, not really understanding why these things are happening in your life and not understanding the correlation from, so that was a big aha.
Many people. Good. I'm so proud of you because so many people don't realize that. So many people just go through life and it's like living in a world of robots. We're just so programmed, just move on. It's okay. Let it go. It's okay. Don't worry about it. It doesn't matter. Just go on. But we don't realize that we can have happiness and that a lot of things that are happening in our lives have to do with past life karma, present karma, maybe family generational karma. And by allowing ourselves to bring awareness to these people and these subjects and these experiences that have happened in our lives, and once we understand it, we forgive it, we release it, then we heal it, we move on, we grow, and then we have eternal happiness. It's like this moment of celebration that you can't even allow yourself to. I can't find a word that explains the amazing and most spectacular amount of happiness that people have when they finally have that freedom of releasing all past karma and the stress and the worry and the connections that have been holding them back. So what questions, if you have any, do you have any questions? Do you have anything you would like to ask me?
Yes, as a matter.
Yes, go ahead.
So I'm ready to start moving forward, stepping out into the world. I want to relocate because I've been living with my mother since my divorce, which has been nice because, it's given me a chance to heal and have like a safe place to be to just sort of find my grounding again. So now I'm ready to start moving forward.
It's so funny. The universe always does that. They always end up giving us a perfect place to have that. It's so wonderful. Anyways, yes, go ahead.
So I'm wanting to start looking for my own place. I call it my sanctuary because that's what I want to think of my home as, my sanctuary. So I want to start looking for, my sanctuary and to find a career path that I'll feel fulfilled, like I'm contributing and making a difference. At the end of the day, I just feel good about what I've done. And, hopefully, the soulmate, of course. So it's kind of, the whole ball of wax.
I can tell you one thing.
My whole life.
Yeah, the one thing that I intuitively can see, Julia, as soon as you got on the phone, immediately you were talking about the situation in regards towards the moon and the burning of the paper, the writing of the paper and doing all the forgiveness letter and everything. And as you were talking, I had a very strong sense of your soulmate. As soon as you were talking about, I'm focusing on forgiveness and I'm doing all this work, I was like, oh my gosh, and I saw this vision because my eyes are closed when I'm listening to you. and I saw this vision of you connecting with your soulmate. And I know it's more in the hot of the summer. Yeah, I could see it. It's in the more of the heat of the summer. So it's, probably end of July, August time zone. But it's very clear that you are definitely connecting with your soulmate in this year of 2017. And when I see you connecting with your soulmate, it seems to be more, I still see you in Florida, even though you're going to relocate. I don't see you going too far away. I still see you in Florida. I can see I'm very familiar with that state. I spend a lot of time there. I see more, I'm not sure what town it is, but it seems like it's in between Fort Lauderdale, and then I can't think of the place that I'm going now. I just mentioned it earlier. The place that I'm going.
West Palm Beach? Was it
yes,
West Palm Beach?
West Palm Beach. Thank you. So I see it in between.
Okay.
It's like you're in between those, in between there. And I see you connecting with your soulmate, and I know it's West Palm Beach because I see you walking around the shops in that little square area that is where the restaurants and the stores are.
Mm-hmm. Well,
so
actually,
I
do want to be by water. That's like the biggest picture on my vision board is a picture of a lounge chair facing the water. So how perfect!
Well, I see it.
On the coast.
I see it. Yeah, 100%. I see it. It's not even an if and it's a very clear. But you're not right in West Palm Beach. You're like right in between. You're right. Like I don't know the name of the little towns that are right outside of it, but you're right next to it. It's like a couple-minute drive or whatever, maybe 20-minute drive to West Palm Beach from where you're living. But you're definitely right next to the water because I see how when you're walking and I see you meditating, I see you on the sand. And West Palm Beach doesn't have a lot of sand, so you're at a place that has more sand. So I don't know. It's very clear to me. And I'm seeing how there's this really clear vision of when you connect with your soulmate, you're embracing him and he finds you and you connect with him. And you're just like in this awe moment of just, oh my gosh, what is this? What's happening here? And you're just absolutely celebrating the relationship. So it looks really, really positive. I could say the only other thing that's stopping you is that there's some past life stuff that I'm seeing intuitively that is causing interference. I see that you're covering this lifetime really well, but it's the past life stuff in regards towards your purpose, why you're here, what you're here to do, about the contract that you made before you came onto this planet. That kind of stuff is what I'm being told is causing a little bit of interference in your space. So we could definitely talk about that more privately. But besides that, I know you're covering this worldly stuff that's happened in this lifetime really well. I have to compliment you on that because I see that energy is allowing itself to definitely move. Okay, we have to go to commercial. So it was a pleasure talking to you. God bless. I hope to talk to you soon. Thanks.
You too. Bye. Thanks so much. God bless.
You are so welcome. Thank you.
Feed your soul with waves of consciousness on OMTimes Radio. Host your show on IOM-FM, the radio network of OMTimes Media, one of the more recognized brand names in the conscious community, and is backed by the extensive marketing reach of OMTimes. Hosting a show on IOM-FM immediately connects you with our extensive dedicated community.
Looking for inspiration?
Want to be inspired?
Not sure where to go?
Find Mark and Kim every Wednesdays at 3 p.m. Eastern on Inspired Living.
Topics will elevate consciousness and range from metaphysics to the human and social experience and all things spiritual.
Welcome to an inspired community that offers support, encouragement, and new ways of thinking. You are the inspired and the inspiration.
Hamilton was adopted from a rescue in 2008. He really likes to be around people. I get out my mat and I'm doing a downward dog and he's underneath. He's quite the pug about town. He gets invited to a lot of parties. He knows he's a pretty big deal. Look at this little face. How could you not love him?
Hamilton the Pug, Instagram star and shelter pet. Amazing adoption stories start in shelters. Visit theshelterpetproject.org to find a pet near you. Brought to you by Maddie's Fund, the Humane Society of the United States, and the Ad Council.
Okay, and we are back. So that was wonderful being able to talk to Julia for a moment. There's so many things to talk about. So if you have blockages and feeling stuck, find someone that has the ability to be able to create the healing for you. If you're done, if you're just sick and tired of dealing with this, find someone who can change and transform the energy for you. What have you done so far to help yourself? That is a great question. And so many people don't allow themselves to realize that you have to sit there and you have to think, yeah, what have I done for myself so far? What have I really done to help myself? Because a lot of times we are ridiculed or we are condemned or we're put down or people look down upon us because they sit there and say, you're being selfish, you need to keep giving, 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 giving. And for those that are so good-hearted and so wonderful and amazing, they usually get ridiculed because of them being so wonderful and so helpful and so loving and so compassionate. And when you stop that, well, you know, that's not really fun. You know, the people who enjoy all that giving that you've given them and you start realizing, oh, I am giving too much of myself. I need to start focusing on myself. They don't usually like it. So then that's when the ridicule and the condemning comes forward. Don't give that power. Let's transform that and change that, and don't let that negative cause an issue in your space. What has worked and what has failed? So when you think about the things that you've done and you look at all the work that you've done, you look at all the steps you've taken, trial and error, what has worked, what has failed, right? It's kind of like when you do a diet, or it's kind of like when you're trying to fix your car, or whatever it may be, right? You're trying to build a relationship. What has worked, what has failed? So many of us carry these blockages, and we don't even know it. We don't even realize that we're blocked because we're so in the mode, in the zone of just getting done the things we got to get done. Just go, go, go. Work, work, work. Don't pay attention. God forbid we have emotion while we're dealing with all this other stuff in our lives. We have to stay focused on our job. And, you know, it's really sad because I see how hard people work. And a lot of people have really horrible bosses, horrible associates. And they're working in such negative situations that are not healthy. And I see that and I wonder quite often, why is that okay? Why is it okay to be treated like dirt by somebody? Why is it okay to be looked down upon when our Creator, God, has created all of us equal, but we are all special in our own way? We are all equal, but yet special in our own way. So my job has always been as a healer. My job has always been as an intuitive, someone who is very gifted to be able to communicate with people as guardian angels and spirit guides. But one of the main things that I have come to see is that people see me as their mentor and as their teacher, and helping you to get rid of the blockages, helping you to get rid of the interference that you're dealing with. And if you're interested in trying to educate yourself more or go through more of a transformation, I have so much information that you guys can find on my website. Don't hesitate to go to my website and try to connect with me. It is www.asktammy, Tammy, Adams, ADAMS, asktammyadams.com, or call the number to my office, which is 916-930-0781. 916-930-0781. And then you can ask any questions and we can try to create some type of plan or program for you to help to get you on the right road. So many of us carry blockages and we don't even know it. I mean, that surprises me when I think about it. It's surprising, and it's such a true statement. Let us start with you being able to meditate and really get that going. So let's start with your meditation and start meditating and getting excited and getting enthused and getting happy and thrilled with that movement of meditation. Meditation is amazing, always amazing. Then let's start with your healing. So first you start with meditation and then you start with your healing. What do you feel you need to heal from? Love, family, work, health, stress? What is it that you feel you need to heal from? What do you feel is blocked inside of you? What do you feel you need to heal from? And then let's start healing. Let's transform you so that then you can be an example for 10 others. And then those 10 people collect another 10 people per person. And then there's 100. Then those, then that grows and turns into 1,000. Then that 1,000 turns into 100,000. I mean, it's amazing how it works. You pay it forward, change the vibration. Why is it so hard for us to change energy into being this wildfire of amazing positive transformation? This wonderful, absolutely amazing, wonderful gift of transformation in a positive way. But yet it's so easy for us to catch negative things, but it's not so easy to catch the positive things. So let's spread that. Let's change as a group. Let's all connect and let's focus on letting all people around the world to start to feel the love that we radiate. Let's all start really putting out there this wonderful healing vibration of love to those who have never had mothers or fathers or a mentor. Let us focus on changing the vibration by putting amazing passion towards ourselves and self-love and self-worth and self-confidence and bring forward these hugs of loving ourselves and loving others and realizing how important every person is in this world. Some people, and I have to say, sometimes I have good days and sometimes I have bad days like normal people, but I have this mindset, this belief, even though I was taught when I was very young that, you're not supposed to love this person, you're like normal. You're not supposed to talk to this person because this person's dangerous. You're not supposed to deal with this person because this person's crazy. But I've always had this mindset from Mother Mary, from Archangel Michael, from my guardian angels that talk to me, that all people are good. No matter what their faith, their belief, their wrongs, their sins, their mistakes, all people are good. And sometimes I become frustrated and I don't allow myself to have the patience that I want to have, but then I fix it. And I allow myself to then calm down and relax and sit there and say, okay, calm down, relax with this person. How do I have patience with this person so I can help them, so I can be a beautiful teacher to help them? And we all become healed. How do we become healed? Is by having the movement of getting rid of that negative because these people who never had the wonderful examples, these people who haven't had the mentors, have been lost. And all people, whether they believe or they don't believe, deserve to have happiness too. If you're tired of not getting results, then go to an expert and have them help you. This is why people hire me, is because they're tired of not having results. And this isn't about me, but my point is so many people think that they can do all this work and then they become disappointed because they don't have all the knowledge, they don't have all the skill and the ability to transform themselves the way they want to, and then they get frustrated and then they stop and they give up. Well, don't do that. Make an investment and really, truly find somebody, hire someone that's like me, that you trust, and be aware of your space and be open with your mind so that your spirit can heal. God bless to all of you. Have an amazing, blessed rest of your week until next week and I talk to you.